Welcome, guys, to the show. Thank you so much for joining us today. In this show, we talk about mental health recovery as well as empowering yourself. Today's topic is impermanence and embracing change, and why it's important to actually embrace change. This is an Empowered Mind edition, which means we have the lovely, the talented, the best therapist in the world, in my opinion, Leanna Lapidus. Leanna, how's it going?
So good. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. I just have to say, I am having a blast doing this podcast with you. It's been a couple of episodes now, and this is kind of like a dream quarantine situation.
I love the connection that we have. I've always desired to talk about and share that people really don't have to suffer anymore. People really don't have to stay in their addictions. There's a way, there's a different way, there's a better way. I found it and I've helped so many people find it. And I look forward to helping millions more.
Something that I heard when I was in recovery was that, when you become sober and you learn how to love sobriety, it's not just about yourself anymore. It's actually also about giving back. And I feel so honored that I get to work with you and that I get to share this with you guys, because that's really what we're doing here, is that we want to offer the advice and tips and wisdom that Leanna has, so that you don't have to feel so alone, that you understand that there is a way out of that darkness. So let's get to it. Today's topic, Leanna, is embracing change. And I think this is a very relevant topic because, as we all know, we are in a pandemic, we're all in quarantine, and so there's a lot of change, there's a lot of shifting in the universe right now.
If we learn to embrace the change, embrace it, and really sit with it, there it's actually a true blessing can come out of it. Because sometimes we feel that, oh, why is this happening to me? I'm just so unlucky. Only bad things happen to me. I'll never achieve what I want to achieve. But it's not true. It's happening because you need it to happen. You might not be seeing what the lesson in it is in the moment, because it just feels terrifying, because it's something new. It's like a shock to our mind and our emotional system, and we go into chaos right away. If we panic, we will not see anything right. When we embrace and we accept and we say, I might not know what the lesson is. I might not know what's going to happen. And I'm really scared, but you know what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm going to allow it.
I see resisting change as, for you car people out there, resisting change is like stepping on the gas, but also just leaving it on first gear. Eventually, you're going to blow out your engine. And then, Leanna, if you don't mind, can you tell us about examples in your life where you actually embrace change versus resisting it?
My entire life was a preparation for the life that I'm living today. And I had a lot of struggle and a lot of trauma that I experienced and a lot of bad moments. I lost my mother when I was young, and that was horrible. I lived with a father who was, struggling with alcohol abuse, and you know and that just was, to live through that was suffering. But all of that horrible moments, which I thought were in my life, were actually exactly what I needed to go through to be where I am today.
And I imagine, with all of those things happening to you and you shifting them into, you know, a sense of empowerment, how did that apply to you as a mother of two today?
I had to go back and reevaluate, my relationship with my parents. And I learned from, their mistakes, or the way they did things. And I made lists and lists of their character traits, and I worked on transforming them. And how would I want to be instead?
That's right. Evolve or repeat.
Embracing the challenges that are here, learning and growing from them is really the best lesson, the best lesson we can learn. So we always learn from the things that hurt us the most. How can I be different? What am I going to learn not to do? How am I going to be better?
And Leanna, something that you really helped me um, get through was, this year in February, just 2 months ago, I lost my mother. She was 74 years old, and um, I remember treating that as a celebration of life. I was so grateful that I became sober, because if I were drinking 2 bottles of wine a night and dealing with the death of my own mother, I would have fallen back into that place of the world is against me. I'm a victim. What did I do wrong? Why is God punishing me? But truthfully, because I started to understand that nothing in this life is forever, I really started to appreciate that I should tell people that I love them, how I feel about them, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And I don't think that's something that people should be scared about, because it's reality, And I think that when you resist the reality of tomorrow is not guaranteed, then that's when, if it happens, you go, why is this happening? No one told me this was going to happen, And I think closure is something that becomes a little bit easier if you understand that you should tell people how you feel now.
Oh, I love that. That is so true, Joel. Embrace the moments that we do have with people, and really, it's very humbling to start living like that. And I think that in today's time, what we're going through in our life, and all of us are going through it, appreciate the people and the things that we already have, and to really cherish that.
Man, it's such an important lesson for people to learn that nothing in this world is permanent. And, I don't want you guys to be freaked out and think, oh, we're all going to die. This is actually a beautiful thing, because it teaches us that, we need to cherish the moments that we have. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. And like I said, having lost my mom in February, it was so helpful for me to actually appreciate her life and celebrate her life and have closure before she passed. And if there's anything that I wish this quarantine and pandemic teaches people, is that our loved ones are so valuable. Therefore, they should know it. Don't wait for something to take a loved one away. Tell people now, and there's no harm in that.
There's nothing wrong with, okay, I love you. What's wrong with showing that or saying that? It's your truth.
That's right. And the reason why I say this and the reason why I bring this up, because it's a really bad feeling when you experience regret. And as soon as regret comes, that's when you have the thoughts of guilt. I should have said this, or I should have done that. And then when the guilt comes, you feel the shame, where you start to think, gosh, I'm a bad person for not saying this. Why did I get into a fight about that? So that's really it. It's like regret is so something that you can prevent, and you don't have to go there, and simply, like, you just have to be kind, really.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself and be kind. Love one another. I know we sound like total hippies right now, but it's so true, though. Like, if I had regret with my mother, I guarantee you I would not be as positive as I am today.
That's right. We're very adaptable as humans. Once you stop fighting what's happening, your life is going to change. You know, the more we fight, the bigger the fight becomes. You're always exactly where you need to be. And there's a greater purpose for you from that moment on. So don't be afraid of change. Change is good. Change is good. We learn, we grow, we evolve from it. So just be kind to yourself through the changes and calm yourself down. Calm down. and and just allow yourself to be. You'll see the light. Trust me. I've experienced it millions of times in my own life and helping other people.
You are the best, Leanna. Thank you so much. I love these empowered mind editions with you. Guys, that is our show for now. If you want to reach out to Leanna and work with her because she is the best, Leanna, what is the best way for these guys to reach out to you?
Email me at leannalapidus@gmail.com. So that's LeannaLapidus@gmail.com. And I look forward to speaking with you and answering any questions you may have. And thank you guys so much for joining me and Joel. This is truly a gift.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe to this podcast or follow us on Instagram and like us on YouTube and watch those videos as well. And also share this. We've got a lot to say, and we hope that this will reach out to as many people as they can, because we're here to help and share our stories. And we also want to hear from you, so reach out to us. Thank you again for joining us.